Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my channel. I created a cookbook out of recipes I had collected over the years. I named my cookbook Random Recipes. I'm sharing my recipes with you here, beginning with the appetizers. We're currently working on the finger foods. Today's recipe is curry chicken stars. This recipe uses Underwood chicken spread. This is what's known as a potted meat. Potted meat is when hot meat is packed and then has a layer of hot fat poured on top of it, so that when the meat and the fat cool, it creates an airtight layer, helping to reduce the likelihood of spoilage. My grandma's name was Anne. This is another one of her recipes. I haven't tried this. I don't think I've ever eaten it. And I certainly haven't practiced it this week, so this is going to be a little bit of an experiment for me. So let's go ahead and get started. So this starts off with, this is a 4 1/4 ounce can of the Underwood chicken spread. So let's go ahead and open that up, take a look at this. Here's the chicken. See, it's kind of almost like a pate. It's very super finely ground. Okay, so there's our chicken. And next is a 1/4 cup of sliced almonds. And it calls for a 1/4 cup of chopped red pepper. They didn't have red pepper at the store when I was there. They did have orange. They had yellow. I went with orange. Cut them up pretty small because we're going to be making little canapes, finger foods. So I thought it'd probably be best if the pieces were pretty small. So then next we have 2 tablespoons of chopped green onion. I cut these up pretty small. And then next we have a tablespoon of Apricot Preserves. And then this is a 1/4 teaspoon of curry powder. So this is our filling. Give this a good stir. And then once I get this combined, I'm going to set this aside and then we'll work on the crust. Okay, so we'll set this aside. Now this is going to be a little tricky because I haven't done this yet. So it's going to be, as I say, it's kind of an experiment. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to split the seams because we're going to be rolling this out as a solid piece. All right, so here's our parchment paper. I find it makes it much easier to work with the Crescent Roll dough. So it says to unroll the Crescent Roll dough, and then it said to fold it in half. Okay. We're going that way. Then I'm supposed to roll it out to a 10-inch by 10-inch square. Let's see where we are so we know how far we need to go. That is about 7 inches, and that's about 8 inches. It's looking closer. A little bit more. I'm trying to keep it as square as possible, but I'm getting a little out of shape here. Close enough. We're at 9 3/4. Use pizza wheel. Okay. And start there. Actually end up about 11, but that's okay. We'll go 5 1/2. Okay, that gives us 4. Okay, that gives us our 16. And now there's more yet to do. We're supposed to make a 1-inch cut diagonally from the corners of each square towards the center. This one's going to be a little bit challenging because it's not exactly square. How about we do 3 corners? Looks like they might be cute when we're done. Okay, so now we're going to fill these. It says to use a heaping teaspoon of filling to the center of each square. These are going to be pretty colors though. All the orange and the green from the green onion. You can smell the curry in there. I like curry. Didn't take much, only 1/4 teaspoon for the whole recipe. That's not much. I guess a little bit goes a long way. To form the stars, fold in every other tip toward the center. This is where the experiment comes in. So this one, and this one, and this one. And this one. Oh, those are cute. These would be something you definitely would want to do ahead of time. It wouldn't be something you'd want to put together while your guests are waiting. I suppose you could have them prepped and then pop them in the oven when your guests got there so they'd be nice and fresh. Now this is a little bit fussy. They do look cute. See, that one seems to be holding together pretty well, but I'll go ahead and pin it just to make sure it stays together. When it starts to bake, we don't want it to pop open. Yeah, I think this is definitely something you would want to do before your guests arrive. This is not something you'd want to be fussing with while they're waiting for you. Yeah, I can see why they need the toothpicks. Well, hello, I'm back. I went ahead and turned off the camera while I was prepping all of these. It's rather tedious, and I didn't figure you want to watch me fuss with all of these little stars. So I finished them up. I put them out onto 2 trays because I don't want to, they're going to probably expand a little bit when they bake. So the oven is set for 350. They're going to bake for 10 to 12 minutes. So I will go ahead and pause this again. And then when they are done baking, I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. I baked both batches, baked them separately, took about 12 minutes each. I put a few on the plate as they were cooling. They actually turned out kind of cute. There's a couple that are less than beautiful, so I'm going to use those as my samples. Let's see, let's pick that one. They are kind of cute. Let's give this a try. I'll pull this toothpick out so I don't end up poking myself in the mouth. It's a good flavor. I like the curry and taste the green onion. The pepper definitely gives it some bite. It's not spicy, just gives it some substance. The one thing I'm not really thrilled about is the texture of the chicken. It's kind of gritty. So I think this is a good idea. Kind of fussy. It is kind of time consuming to assemble them and put them all together. Cute once they're done. I think I would use some other form of meat, maybe some other protein, maybe too. The one thing that is not in this recipe is dairy, so maybe substitute out the chicken and use cream cheese or some other cheese, maybe something to give it more of a smoother texture. So for the next few weeks, I'm going to be sharing my food that I make from my recipes with my coworkers. So I should be pretty popular at work for the next few weeks. That will work until I get into the beverages. I can't share most of those with my coworkers, as much fun as that might be. So join me next time when I'll be making Grandma Ann's toasted finger sandwiches. Please feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe to my channel. That would be great if you would. Thank you for joining me on my journey. Hope to see you next time. Bye.